You've hobbled him, haven't you, Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, together at the same time.
So today we're talking about Science of Life, which won Best Feature at the London Independent Film Festival and Berlin Indie Film Festival. It's the feature directorial debut of British actor Joseph Millson, who's been in Holby City and EastEnders, Angels Fallen as well. He's done a lot of films, but a lot of TV stuff. The film stars Sarah Jane Potts, who was in Kinky Boots, and David Ganley, who was in Moon Knight. Look who's here, Mr. and Mrs. Ellis, Catherine and Max. How are we?
Good. I know where I thought I recognised her. Yes, so she played the woman that he ends up with.
Do you know, I still haven't seen Kinky Boots, the film. I've seen the musical.
Oh, it's so much better than the musical.
Oh, I thought the musical was good.
Well, the film's better.
Okay. Well, we need to see it because I have got it here somewhere. We're going to stick it on over the weekend. So, yeah, so she's done that. So she's been in Holby City and Waterloo Road. There seems to be a Holby City theme. It's like, because obviously they've worked together, so I'm guessing that's why he cast her, because maybe they've worked together in Holby City. But anyway, should we talk about the story? So this is quite a poignant film, isn't it? But there is comedy in it. So I guess it's a comedy drama, although the emphasis probably is on drama, isn't it? More drama than comedy.
Yeah, I would think that was fair.
Yeah.
I think the emphasis is on trauma and loneliness.
Yeah. And humanity. I suppose people being kind to each other when they're going through something tough. So Sarah Jane Potts plays Anne. She's struck dumb by a dangerous cycle of depression and grief. She attempts to shift her life by taking herself on a cheap holiday.
That's her first mistake.
Yeah, I've been to Lanzarote. Have you guys been to Lanzarote?
Yeah, I've been to Lanzarote. I think I was drunk.
God, I went 30, 40 years ago. I can't really remember. I just remember the black sand.
Yeah, I remember the volcanic crusty bits.
Yeah. Because I said to Jeremy, I said, I'm sure this is somewhere that I've been on holiday, and I couldn't remember where it was. And then when they went to the volcanic part, when they went on that tourist trip.
I believe some of the original Star Trek was filmed up there.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I think
See, Jeremy didn't tell me that. Jeremy should have told me that because he's a big
sci-fi. Yeah, that would have excited us.
Jeremy. Who is this Jeremy you keep talking about?
He's the one that's in the other room with his leg up because he can't walk at the moment. He's 5 weeks into his hip replacement.
You've hobbled him, haven't you, Phil?
Yeah. So she hopes to find peace, beauty and perspective going on this holiday to Lanzarote. On arrival, though, she's met with noise, squalor and danger. Do you know what I thought? Because we reviewed a film a while back, didn't we, a few months ago, where that woman has problems with her next door neighbours, and I thought it was going to be that kind of film, and I'm glad it wasn't.
She said that to me when we were watching it. It was like, this is like that other film Phil said.
It's very similar.
The same story.
So she sleeps rough. She's forced to sleep rough because she's got problems in this hotel. And it did make me laugh because the hotel was called Hotel Zen, which is like far removed from...
I just feel she could have made more an effort to complain. I wouldn't have put up with that. I'd have asked for another room. She had a pencil and paper.
I guess she was exhausted because...
She made no attempt. There's just... I don't know. I thought that was pathetic.
Well, I mean, when you picture why she's there, I mean, obviously she just wants to get away. She doesn't really want to see anyone, although she does end up bumping into quite a few people. She's having to rely on, writing notes out to people because she can't speak, because she's obviously going through grief.
It's more that she's chosen not to speak. It's not that she can't.
Well, I don't know. No, because she can't actually speak. And she tries to at certain points. And she does actually try, and she can't. She just squeaks.
Because it made me wonder how people deal with that. I mean, because you don't really hear that. I think it is a thing, isn't it? If you go through something really traumatic, I think sometimes that can remove your ability to speak. Yeah. God, can you imagine that, Catherine, being a singer? Like if you went through something, you'd be out of work.
I think in my case, something else would have to give.
Yeah. Max.
My bladder, perhaps.
I can't imagine you on stage, though, with a notepad writing out the lyrics.
No.
Touch me on my body.
I'd have to learn how to write down musical notes. And then everyone would have to learn how to read music. It would be a nightmare.
Now, I mentioned to you that this film I felt a little bit like Mike Leigh. It had like a Mike Leigh feel to it because he deals with a lot of comedy, and I think he deals with tragedy, obviously, because a lot of people say that his films are depressing. I don't think they are. Catherine, you're a fan, aren't you? I know Max isn't.
I love Mike Leigh. Max finds them too real.
No, they're just boring, and the only slice of life I like is the Dexter's Boat, as I said, his boat's called The Slice of Life.
A slice of life.
But Max, I think it's fair to say that you don't like too much complex emotion. It makes you feel uncomfortable. You don't read, whereas I actually enjoy that.
Feelings.
Yeah, I'm with you, Catherine, because I like it when films show somebody going through something quite sad and quite traumatic, but you can see the warmth in how humans behave, and I think this film does that really well, and I think Mike Leigh films do that as well, because I think he does show people. I mean, it's funny. I mean, tragedy can be really funny, can't it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's the sort of hysteria, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, dog's going crazy.
Is that Jeremy?
He always does it. Yeah, he's asking for a cup of tea or something.
He's saying, I can't move, I'm going to wet myself.
So, did you think it had a Mike Leigh feel to it?
Not really. I mean, there weren't many people, and it was mainly the one woman, and then she briefly meets someone in a cafe. I thought that was funny.
That's Sharon Dew. She played Sophie Trent in the episode that Toya was in Tales of the Unexpected. This is how much of a geek I am about Toya. And she played the woman that replaced Toya's voiceover in the advert, because Toya played this model and she was given the sack because of her voice, because her voice was terrible. Oh. And Sophie Trent was the character that replaced her.
I thought you were going to say in the Teletubbies.
So that's Sharon Dew. I thought that was hilarious, that scene where she comes over to chat to her, and she ends up telling her a story about having her boobs sucked on.
I don't think she would have left her wine behind, though. She doesn't look like a woman who would waste her wine. I think she would have gulped it down and run off.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was quite pleased when that happened, because for me, I thought it was very slow. I mean, really nothing happened for quite a long time. And when that woman came in, it was like, oh, thank God, someone else. We're not just sort of silently wandering around having a horrible time. And then the only other person in it is the man that she sort of gets together with. So, yeah, did I think it was like Mike Leigh? No, because Mike Leigh always has a lot of people in his films, and it's the interplay between kind of lots of people rather than generally, whereas this was really sort of more about two people, wasn't it? I don't know.
That's a fair point there, because it's not a big cast. David Ganley's the guy that plays the guy. I mean, he's really funny as well, because he keeps apologising to her, and he's like constantly saying sorry for things that he's doing, and it turns out that he's going through something quite tough as well, because he's separated from his wife and kids, and that holiday that he's on was meant to be for the family. Yeah. So he's got this big posh villa, or big posh apartment, and he ends up asking her to stay over because he realizes that she's in a bad predicament.
The big laugh out loud moment is when she comes out the shower and the holiday rep's there, and he sort of says, I don't know her name, and she just assumes that they've been having a one night stand, which they haven't. And that was funny. That did make me laugh.
It was good. It was an awkward situation.
I thought some of it had the feel of a play.
I can imagine it being on that, because I guess it's relatively easy. I guess you've got the location, which makes it quite nice to look at. So you wouldn't have that on a theatre show, I guess. But you could play it out on stage quite easily, I think, in terms of dialogue. Now I'm going to ask you, Max, because you are a very well acclaimed photographer, cinematographer. What did you think of the look of this film? Because I thought it was really well
framed.
They were good. They were well framed, almost like a David Hockney painting. And Jeremy said that actually.
Yeah, I mean, I did. It did sort of have that sort of wistful big landscapes and that kind of stuff, and they'd obviously thought about it. I mean, I just thought it was a bit at odds with a lot of the, because it was partially quite arty and then quite slapstick with the few of the characters are quite which I thought was a strange juxtaposition, that going for that arty, wistful shit and then
wistful shit.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fine, and I thought it looked, it was nice to look at, I just remember a lot of benches.
Yeah, and also stuff wasn't like predictable, kind of character in the middle. It was that they were on the end, and it was kind of framed differently. I thought it was quite an interesting
They thought about
framing of the subject.
Yeah, the scenery. I mean, the backdrop of the film was lovely. I did enjoy it, but I always ask myself the question when we're reviewing, would I watch it again and would I recommend it? And the answer is no. And so therefore, I don't think it was brilliant. I mean, I think what let it down was, for me, it took too long to get going with nothing really happening, which I found quite irritating. And at one point I turned to Max and I said, this better not be one of those films where nothing really happens and then it just ends and we don't know what the hell's going on. And that's exactly what happened. And both of us simultaneously, when it ended, just went, together at the same time. It said the same thing. It's like, oh my God. It's a bit like a shaggy dog story. It's like, she was carting these ashes around. Whose ashes were they?
Well,
I find that irritating. I mean, that's something Mike Leigh doesn't do. Questions are kind of answered. There's, I don't know. It wasn't enough for me, really. There wasn't enough information. Because we knew that he had had a divorce and his children, he wasn't allowed to see his children went on holiday. Great. But we didn't actually know what had happened to her, who it was that died.
I think we do.
Yeah, I'm with you. And see, I like the intrigue. The hamster.
I suppose a hamster wouldn't generate that much ash, would it?
Upset you.
Hamster. I was like thinking, have I heard that right? I should hold my headphones down. I like the intrigue. I like the fact that there weren't all the questions weren't all answered, because in my head it's almost like reading a book where you kind of make up your own images because you can't see them on the page, and I like that. I like films that do that, but I know obviously a lot of people don't, and you're probably one of those people that likes to have certain things explained.
Because I think if you're dealing with something like this, it's very subtle. I mean, and the kind of what you're doing to pull it off really successfully, you've got to have exactly the right amount of information. Not so much that you've been given it on the plate, but it makes you clever for almost working it out. Like Mulholland Drive sort of level of, if you're going that deep and that crazy and that sort of inconclusive, where people, have conspiracy theories about it on the websites, and it's kind of not gone that far. It's not gone far enough in the mysterious sort of thing, and yet it hasn't given us enough to give us a concrete ending. And I think that's my main criticism.
Do you think that would have made it more moving? Because I think so.
Yes.
I didn't cry, but I was really moved by it. I thought it was really human, and I liked the fact that it showed people doing good things and also people that were doing bad things, but it didn't dwell on that.
Yeah. I was pleased when it was happy. I didn't want it to be horrible. My dread was that he was going to do something terrible, or and then
those people that were staying with her at the hotel, I thought that was going to end nastily, and I'm glad it didn't go down there.
But then that's sort of stress, isn't it? But did that make it a better film for not having those elements? I don't know.
He wasn't over the top angry. I mean, you could have seen that really boil over. I suppose.
I'm angry on an everyday basis.
I know, that's very tame compared to what I'm like as well. Jeremy will tell you that.
I thought at times it had the feel of a kind of Amdram or a soap.
Oh, really?
Rather than a movie.
Okay. That's interesting.
I think a bit. I do think that, I think it's sort of... I wonder if there was some edits in it that they took stuff out to make it a little bit more oblique.
Well, I don't think it's overall quite works.
It was stimulating, and some of the characters were great. The scenery was nice, but overall it was a little bit kind of... neither here nor there, I think.
Yeah.
And that's what...
We've got to mention the music, because the music's composed by Anne Dudley, who's famous composer. She was part of Art of Noise back in the 80s.
Right.
I thought that music, that score was beautiful, actually. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, I did enjoy some of the music. There was a song at one point that I actually tried to Shazam and it didn't come up as anything. I didn't like the song at the end. That was not too obvious because that had the title of the film in it, didn't it? But there was one halfway through that I liked.
You're talking about the sort of viola type, you know, the orchestral soundtrack, aren't you? Because there were a couple of songs in it as well. That they
no, it wasn't the songs, it was the score. Yeah, it was the instrumental score, because she did that. But there were a couple of songs that were done separately, I think.
I thought that was...
Well, I actually didn't notice the music at all. So perhaps that's a good thing, because sometimes music can be off-putting.
Jarring,
Well, I found that was the biggest point of kind of contrast, where the comedic characters just crashed into that very... You know, if you're going for that very surreal, filmic, sort of wide landscapes and that kind of thing, it's almost really weird to chuck in a sort of comedy character. But they were both, all the characters in it. And basically, she was the only really straight, powerful kind of character. Everybody, like the bloke at the hotel was comedic. You know, the drunk woman in the bar was, you know, comedic. He was pretty comedic. So she was the only really heavyweight character at all.
So let's do the star rating then. So it's in cinemas 5th of September, Signs of Life. Katherine Ellis, what is your score on the door?
I'm going to give it 3.
3 stars, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, I think it was good. We've discussed it, and it you know, it's good. It was entertaining. There were some great characters, there were great, many great elements to it. So I'd say definitely a 3.
Yeah, brilliant. So yours 3 as well. I'm going for 4. I think I liked it a bit more than you both did.
It's very much your boat, isn't it? I think
it is my boat. Yeah, I was just thinking that it's very much my kind of film. I do like a slice of life film, and I like something that mixes comedy and drama well.
I like a slice of cake or ham.
I've just had a slice of cake for Jeremy's birthday. It was huge piece of lemon and blueberry cake. Yeah, it's not till tomorrow, but we had a piece early because it arrived today. His brother sent it from New York.
You ate it? You greedy pig.
Massive cake. It's like the size of, even bigger than a dinner plate. It's huge. It's like proper gourmet.
All round to yours then. Vegan?
Delicious. We'll send you, all vegan, very creamy, very rich.
Very nice.
What they can do with a coconut.
Katherine Ellis, you've got a lot of gigs coming up, lots of prides and lots of festivals.
Yes, I've been busy. Just been to Whitehaven Pride, and I'm also DJing on the beach in Brighton at Fatboy Slim's Cafe.
And what about you, Max? Have you done more T-shirts?
Yes, I've been doing steady, number of T-shirts. They're all.
You did Ozzy Osbourne for Mark Allen, didn't you?
Ozzy Osbourne for Mark Allen. Yes. It's just an interesting variety of subjects.
I saw you making one, and you were sketching out. Was it with chalk on the actual design?
Yeah, sort of drawn out with chalk.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
It's technical stuff, Phil.
What he's really got to do, Phil, is just get a bloody ladder and paint the windows before the winter comes.
Fabulous to see you both.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you.